Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. We're here at Darlington Raceway. Lady in Black, the track too tough to tame for the Mountain Dew Southern 500. Let's get to the starting grid. Your pole sitter, Sterling Marlin, in the 22. Outside pole. In the 4 car, Ernie Irvin starting third. Schrader in the 25, starting fourth. Elliott in the 11, starting fifth. Waltrip in the 17, starting sixth. Allison in the 28, starting seventh. Hensley in the 66, starting eighth. Brett Bodine in the 26, starting ninth. Kowicki in the 7, starting 10th, right behind his brother. Jeffrey Bodine in the 15, starting 11th. Gant in the 33, starting 12th. Dallenbach Jr. in the 16, starting 13th. Earnhardt in the 3, starting 14th. Trickle in the 8, starting 15th. Labonte in the 94, starting 16th. Hillen Jr. in the 31, starting 17th. Jared in the 18, starting 18th. Rudd in the 5, starting 19th. Cope in the 10, starting 20th is the one of Mass. Starting 21st is Wallace in the Deuce. Starting 22nd is Michael Waltrip in the 30. Starting 23rd is Hut Strickland in the 12. Starting 24th is Hamilton in the 68. Starting 25th is Martin in the 6th. Starting 26th is Shepard in the 21. Starting 27th is Little in the 9. Starting 28th is Marcus in the 71. Starting 29th is Musgrave in the 55. And here comes the Petties. Starting 30th is Kyle Petty. And making his last start here at Darlington, Richard on his farewell tour is starting 31st. Starting 32nd is Sauter. Starting 33rd is Speed. Starting 34th is Jimmy Smut Means in the 52. Starting 35th is Belmont in the 59. Starting 36 rather, is Porter in the 77. Starting 37th is Hilton in the 48, and Shotgun in last. Starting 38th is McFadden in the 53. Alrighty, folks. Let's get down to the track for the green flag here. Sterling Marlin takes us to the green. We got 50 turns here at Darlington, 500 miles. Let's get it on. First turn is going to be a bottom group of control. Control in the bottom group. First up is going to be McFadden. See if he can get out of here. Oh, and he blows up. Poor John doesn't even finish the first turn. McFadden engine expires here at Darlington. He'll be the first car out of the race. Next up is Jimmy Means. And Jimmy doesn't go nowhere with the 3. Here comes Lake Speed. Nowhere with the 5. Here comes Sauter. Nowhere with the 5. Kyle Petty trying to get out of the rear with the gear. Not with a 6. Musgrave's up next. Not with a 6. Chad Little, nothing runs like a deer. And not with a 4. Mark Martin trying to get that Jack Roush Valvoline out of his bottom group. A 4-4-1 probably is not going to get her done. And no, Trickle holds him off without using the chip. Here comes Hut Strickland. And Bobby Allison's car, a 2-1-4. And he's going to get Brett Bodine, go from 23rd up to 8th. First car to make a move here. It's hard to pass at Darlington. Comes Michael. Not going nowhere with a 6. And the last car in the bottom group is Rick Mass with control. And he's not going nowhere with a 6. On to turn number 2. And we got a top group of skill. Who's got the skill? Jimmy Hensley's got skill, and it takes a 5 or a 6 to get Sterling. A 3-6. How about that? Hensley does have the skill to get her done. Here on turn 2, puts that tropic forward of Cale Yarborough's up front. Jimmy's ran good this year. Alrighty, here comes Davey with a chip and 2 skills. It only takes a 4 to beat Jimmy. A 4, 5, or 6. 4, 3, so he'll get a second shot at him here. And a 6, 4, so he'll use his chip to get the lead. So poor Jimmy don't keep the lead very long. And there's Davey out front with that Haviland forward of Yates. Here on turn 2. DW coming after Davey 2 times. Again, it'll take a 6 this time, though, to get Davey. 3-1, no. 1-3, no. Here comes Awesome Bill from Dawsonville in that Budweiser car. And a 5-6, he gets Davey. Puts that Junior Johnson Ford up front. Here comes Schrader. He'll take a 6 to get Bill. 3-1 now. Ernie Irvin with a chip with skill, and he'll need to use the chip. Ernie gets that Kodak Chevy up front on turn 2. A lot of passing for the lead here on turn 2. We go to turn number 3. Ernie Irvin's leading the way now. And we have a duel. And that'll be the 6 cars in the middle. Derek's not going to take a chance, but Rudd will. Rudd's going after Hutt. And he gets it done. Puts Hutt in a bad spot here at Darlington. And is there any modifiers? Not to escape, but it is to repair. So it takes an 8 for Hutt not to wreck. And he does wreck. Out comes the caution. And let's see here. We'll move everybody up since the caution came out. He's not too happy with Ricky. See if they can get this Ray Bestis Chevy back out on the track. Okay, he's a D early in the race. It's going to take a 7 for him to stay in the race. And he doesn't. Hutt Strickland will probably stick around this track just waiting on Ricky after the race. Hutt Strickland will finish 37th. That takes us to turn 5 with the caution as we get the green again with Ernie Irvin out in front. And we got a middle group this time of Smart and a Problem. First, we'll do the Smart. Rick Mast is Smart. See if he can get up to the top group. A 3-5-4. And he goes from 19th up to 6th. Old Hensley, who was just leading this race a few minutes ago, is now back to 19th. Derek Cope Smart. A 4-2-6. He gets Ken Schrader and goes from 18th up to 3rd. Old Dale Jarrett Smart. A lot of smart drivers back here. A 4-1-2. Bill says not smart enough. Bobby Hillen Jr. with a 2-4-4. And he gets Davey. Not Davey, he gets DW. Goes from 16th up to 5th. A lot of movement all of a sudden here. Comers and goers. Here comes Terry Labonte with a 2-6-5. And he's getting Sterling, who was the pole sitter. Goes from 15th up to 7th. Trickle doesn't have the smart quality with that chip. Earnhardt does. How's it going, Kevin? Yeah, exactly. Go 11. I don't know about that 3. I was never an Earnhardt fan. Here he goes, though, Kevin. Let's see if he can get out of this middle group with a 3. with a 4-3-3 going after Davy. Davy barely holds him off. Here comes Mr. Wally falling back in that Keystone car with a 4. Not going to get her done. Here comes Handsome Harry Gant in the Bandit. He's not getting it done with a 6. Here comes Jeffrey Bodine. No, Jeffrey ain't smart. Alan Kowicki smart though with a 4-5-3. And Rick Mass barely holds him off. Here comes Rudd with a chip. And a 3-2-2. And he'll need to use his chip to get Derek Cope. And let's see who has the problem here. And it'll be Dave Marcus with the problem. 65. What kind of problems poor Dave have? He's got black smoke coming out of that hood. And it's early in the race. And it'll take a 2 snake eyes because of -1. And he doesn't get it. Dave Marcus will finish 36th. Third car out of the race here at Darlington. Alrighty, we go to turn number 6. And we got a middle group of Heat in the middle group. First up is Jimmy Hensley, who was leading this race a little while ago. A 1-3-2. Davey holds him off. Here comes Ken Schrader. Uh-oh. Kenny's got a problem. 555s. What kind of problems Kenny got? A 32. He loses it going into turn number 4. He'll drop back to 35th. DW's got the heat. Let's see if DW can get up here. DW actually won this race. In real life, not with a 6, he's not going nowhere. Here comes the pole sitter, Sterling Marlin. Not going nowhere with a 6. Dick Trickle with his chip. He's got the heat. A 1-4-4. And he's not going to need to use his chip. He's going to go from 14th up to 5th. Knocks Helen Jr. back. Next up is Wally again. A 3-4-2. And Trickle barely holds him off without using the trip. Here comes Harry. Gold Bandit not going nowhere with a 6. Jeffrey Bodine with a 4-2-1 ain't going nowhere. And that's it. So we make our first pit stop here, turn 7. And it'll be a top group 6 and 4 switch. Oh, we got to move somebody up. Forgot about that. And Rusty moves up. And we'll switch 4 and 6 here. Alrighty, grab a handful of chips. See if any of these guys up here in the top group can get a chip. First up is Ernie Irvin in that McClure 4. Let's see if he can get a chip. Takes us 8. He gets a chip. Bill needs a 10. He gets her done. Rudd needs an 8. Doesn't get her done. Allison needs a 10. He gets it done. Terry Labonte needs an 8. He doesn't get it done. Rick Mass needs a 6. He gets her done. And Trickle needs a 7 to get 2 chips. No. So we'll move everybody up here. Ricky Rudd and Terry Labonte, the only 2 that didn't get chips. Let's see if anybody can beat Ernie out of the pits here. 4-6, no. 4 car still in the lead here. Elliott second, Allison third, Rick Mass fourth, Trickle fifth, Rudd sixth, Labonte seventh, Cope eighth, Kowicki ninth, and rounding out the top 10 is Jeffrey Bodine. So we go to turn number 8. And we got a top group of trouble in the top group. So let's see who that's going to be. That's going to be Lake Speed with the problem. Not trouble, it was a problem. 52. And I don't believe he's an A. No, so he's got a clutch problem. And he's going to need snake eyes to stay in the race. And that ain't happening. So poor Lake Speed will finish 35th. And we move to turn number 9, folks. And we got another top group. This time it's Reflex. Here they come after Ernie with all these chips. And it only takes a 3 to get Ernie. Here comes Terry. 6-3 ain't getting it done. Here comes Ricky. And 4-5 gets it done. Ernie uses his chip, holds him off. Here comes Trickle. And a 5-6. He's going to need to use his chip to get the lead, but Dick Trickle puts that Ford out in front. How about that? The Snickers car out in front here on turn number 9. I don't know how long he's going to keep it. Not very long, because here comes Davey. Takes a 5 or a 6 to get Dick. 4-2. Davey's going to have to use his chip to get up there. Davey gets the lead back here on turn number 9. And I don't think he's going to keep it very long, because here comes Bill with a chip. It takes a 6 to get Davey and a 1-4. So Bill used his chip. A lot of passing here on turn number 9, just like turn 2. We go to turn 10, 100 miles down here at Darlington. All right, Kevin, you have a good one, man. All righty, turn 10. And we got a middle group of TV and a problem. First, we'll do the TV. First up is Sterling Marlin. A 4-1-3. And Davey holds him off. Here comes Rusty Wallace. Last week's winner with a 1-2-5. He gets Trickle, who just had the lead, goes from 15th up to 3rd. And the last one's Wally with a 5-2-2. And Rusty barely holds him off. And poor James Hilton blows up here on turn 10. A 48 car will finish 34th. Alrighty, we go to turn number 11, folks. And we got a duel. And it'll be the 5 car. That's Ricky Rudd going after Davey Allison. Ricky gets her done, puts Davey in a bad spot. Davey needs a 7 not to wreck. Ricky Rudd's already pissed off at Strickland. Is he going to piss off Davey? No, Davey keeps her on the track. He ain't happy with him, but he ain't pissed off at him. We go to turn number 12. And we got a bottom group of Smart and a problem. Yep, Smart and a problem. So first we'll do Smart. First Smart is Mike Porter. First time we talked about him today. Not going nowhere with the 6. As a matter of fact, Mike's got a problem with that 6. 46. He smacks the wall. And he's going to need snake eyes to stay in the race. Doesn't get it. So Mike in that 77 car is going to finish 33rd. Alrighty, next up, that's smart, is Kyle Petty. Double smart. Could get back up here in the top group. Hasn't done much today. A 1-4-5. And he gets Trickle. Trickle was just leading this race. He's not going nowhere but backwards. Kyle goes up to 15th. Now let's see if he can crack the top 7. And a 4-2-2. And Rusty barely holds him off though. Here comes Mr. Musgrave in that Jasper's car. Not going nowhere with a 6. Morgan Shepherd. First time we talked about Morgan today. Morgan's got triple ones. He's got a problem. 25. He's got cooling problems. He's an A. He's going to need a 10 to stay in the race. And he barely gets it with the 9. So he'll drop back to 32nd. Mark Martin, he's smart. See if he's smart enough to get out of this bottom group. A 1-5-2. And yes, he is. He gets Sterling, goes from 23rd to 19th. The pole sitter's dropping back here. And here comes Brett Bodine. First time we talked about Mr. Bodine. A Kenny Bernstein Ford. A 4-6-1. And Bobby Hillen holds him off. Here comes Michael Waltrip in that Pennzoil Pontiac. Not going nowhere with a 6. We had a problem. And it's going to be poor Andy Belmont blowing up. A lot of engine failures this race, sure. So Andy will finish 32nd. As we go to turn number 13, is it going to be lucky for somebody? It's going to be a top group of TV and a problem. A lot of problems. Darlington's winning this race. It takes a 5 or 6 to get Bill. And a 5-3, the wrong 5. Here comes Ernie. A 4-6, he gets it done. Gets that 4 back up front here on turn 13. Alrighty, Rusty Wallace going for the lead. And it takes a 4, 5, or 6 to get Ernie. Triple 3s. Rusty is not having luck on turn 13. 24. And that's a tire rub. He'll drop to 20th. And here comes Ricky with a chip. Like I say, it only takes a 4 to beat him without using the chip. 2-4, he gets it done. Ricky keeps the chip. We'll see who moves up here to the top and middle group. Then we'll see who has that problem. First up is Derek Cope. He moves up. Alrighty, see if Michael can move up here. Mikey moves up. Rusty takes over 20th. And we have the problem. And it's going to be Mr. Jimmy Smut Means with a problem. 15, that's not good. That's a cut tire. It causes a wreck. He's got to roll for repair here. See if, or does it say he's just out of race? Roll on the trouble chart. So let's see here. Jimmy is a E. We're still in the beginning of the race, so it takes a 6 for him to stay in the race. He gets it, so he'll drop back to 31st. Brings out a caution now. We're on to turn number 15, folks. Here we go with Rudd in the lead here. Turn 15. How's it going, Forever Maine? Yeah, Ricky's got the lead there in that 5 car. Here we go to turn 15. We got a middle group of skill. Who's got the skill? Mark Martin's got some skill. See if he can get up here to the top group. Not with a 6, he can't. Dale Jarrett. And Joe Gibbs, not with a 6, he's not going nowhere. DW, haven't talked much about him. Like I say, he actually won this race in real life. A 4.22. And Rick Mass holds him off without using his chip. DW's got another shot at him here with skill. He's got double skill. A 1-1-3. And he gets Ernie Irvin. Ernie was just leading this race. DW goes up to second. Yeah, that's the big boy, huh? 600 miles. Here comes Kyle Petty with skill. With a 3.52, and Terry holds him off. Jimmy Hensley with a 4.15. He's going to get DW. And go from 13th up to second. Here comes Wally. Not going nowhere with a 6. Handsome Harry Gant trying to make his way up to the top. Not going nowhere with a 6. And last but not least is Mr. Kowicki. Not going nowhere with a 6. We go to turn 16. And we got a middle group of skill again. And this time a problem after that. First skill. Here comes Mark Martin with another shot. A 5.25. And Rick Mass uses his chip to hold him off. Here comes Jarrett. And that interstate battery car. A 2.61 ain't getting her done. Ernie Irvin trying to get back up there. Not going to do it with the 6. Cal Petty. That mellow yellow Pontiac of Felix Savalas. 5.54. And he gets Terry. Goes from 14th up to 6th. Here comes DW. 2 chances. 4.13. And he gets Hensley. They switch back and forth here from 13th up to 2nd. And DW's got a shot at the lead here, folks. And it takes a 5 or 6 to get Rudd. He's going after his teammate at Hendrick. 4.3 didn't get her done. Here comes Wally in that Keystone beer car. 4.34. And Bill holds him off. Here comes Handsome Harry with a 3.54. And he gets Kyle Petty, goes from 10th up to 6th. And the last one's Alan Kowicki. And a 4.33. And Davey holds him off. And we had a problem here. And who had the problem? It's going to be poor Jimmy Means again. 64. Black smoke underneath the hood. We're still in the beginning of the race. It'll take snake eyes this time for Jimmy. He doesn't get it, so Jimmy Means will finish 31st. And we go to turn number 17, second pit stop of the race. I don't know when I'm going to start that. Probably start it around June, I think. I think that's when I'm going to start it, around June. But yeah, no doubt about it. When I start it, I'll do a video and letting everybody know so you can give me all your information and stuff. Not a problem, man. Get this 1992 season done and all, and then start YRL back up. Here we go to the pit stops, and we got a middle group 4 and 3 switch. And let's see how many of these cars back here is going to get chips. We'll grab a handful. Here on turn 17. Okay, first up's Alan Kowicki. He needs a 10. He gets her done. Nice job by that Hooters team. Jeffrey Bodine and Bud Moore's crew. What can they do? A 9. He doesn't get a chip. Kyle Petty needs a 9. He gets her done. Jack Rouse and the 16 crew gets her done with a 4. Terry needs an 8. Doesn't get it. Ernie needs an 8. He doesn't get it. Earnhardt needs an 8. He gets her done. Hensley needs a 6. Doesn't get her done. Jarrett needs a 6. He barely gets it done. Bobby Hillen needs a 5. Doesn't get it. Mark Martin needs a 9. He gets her done. And Mikey needs a 6. And he gets it done. And then we'll see if anybody can beat Ricky out of the pits here. Alrighty. 6-6 ain't happening. So we go to turn number 18 now. And we got a top group of stars. Who's the stars up here? First star is Harry Gant. It takes a 6 to get Rudd. 1-3 ain't happening. Here comes Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. 3-3 ain't happening. Davies got 2 shots at him. 5-1 no. And a 5-4 no. And that's it for turn number 18 on the 19. And we got a middle group of TV in the middle group. First up is Ernie Irvin. That 4 car. 4-1-4. And he gets DW, goes from 17th up to 2nd. And Wally with the chip in that 16 car. And is going to need to use it. And he takes over 2nd. Ernie doesn't stay there long. He goes to 10th up to 2nd. Turn 20, 200 miles down. Let's see here. We get a middle group of 9. That's a star. Who's the stars? And we got Texas Terry Labonte, and that's Sunoco. A 1-1-3, and he gets Wally, goes from 16th up to 2nd. Here comes Jeffrey Bodine and that Budmore 15. A 5-1-5. And he's going to take over 2nd. Everybody wants to be in 2nd. Here comes Mikey Waltrip. And a 3-6-5. He gets Derry Cope without using his chip. And Mark Martin's not a star. Dale Jarrett is. And a 3-1-4. And he gets Jeffrey Bodine without using his chip. Earnhardt, he's got the star quality. And a 3-1-3. And he gets Jarrett. Let's see if they burn their chip. And they do. So Earnhardt goes from 11th up to 2nd. Like I say, that 2nd place is very popular. And here's Ernie Irvin. 2 chances. Could get the lead here. A 3-3-4. And Bill barely holds him off. Second chance here for Ernie. And a 2-5-4. And he's going to get Handsome Harry go from 10th up to 6th. Here comes Cal Petty with a chip and a star. 6-1-6. He'll need to use his chip and get second away from Earnhardt. And here comes Alan Kowicki with a star quality and a chip. And a 5-6-4. And he gets Michael. Let's see if they burn their chips here. No, they don't. And we make it to turn 21 here. Getting close to the halfway point. We got a duel. It's the 3 car. Davey Allison going after Cal Petty. He gets him. Puts Cal in a bad spot. Takes an 8 for Cal not to wreck. And he doesn't. We go to turn 22. And we got a top group of Reflex in the top group. Alan Kowicki, 2 chances to get Ricky. And it takes a 6 to beat Ricky. 4-4. He's going to burn his chip and make Rudd burn his. That way he doesn't have to worry about that the second time around. Here comes Alan again. And triples. Alan Kowicki's got a problem here at Darlington. What kind of problems Alan have? A 61. That's an engine problem. We're now in the middle part of the race. And it'll take a 8 to stay in this race for Alan. And he barely gets it with a 7, but he'll drop down to 30th. And next up is Ernie Irvin with 2 chances at. No, he doesn't have Reflex. Bill has Reflex. 6-1 ain't getting her done. And Davey with the chip. Get him done. 3-5. He'll need to burn the chip and gets the lead from Ricky. Here on turn 22. Gets that Ford back up in front. Let's see who moves up here to the top and middle group. So Michael will move up with a chip. Alrighty, Rusty Wallace trying to get out of this bottom group and does. Alrighty, we go on to turn 23. Getting close and close to this halfway point. We got a dual 8. It's going to be the 6 cars in the middle group. Bobby Hillen's going to stay put, but Rusty's going to go after Earnhardt. This should be entertaining. He doesn't get him. Earnhardt puts the block on him, puts him up against that wall. It takes a 9 for Rusty not to wreck. And he's all right. We go to turn 24. We got a top group of Control in the top group. Michael with the chip. Takes a 6 to get Davey without using it. And he'll need to use it. But Michael Waltrip puts that Pennzoil Pontiac up in front for the first time today. Here on turn 24. How about that? Mikey driving a hell of a race here at Darlington. Next up is Awesome Bill. 2 chances at him. It only takes a 4 to get Michael. And a 2-2. Not this time. Michael holds him off. And a 3-4. Bill's persistent and he gets him. Puts that Budweiser Ford up front for the second time today. Here comes Cal Petty. It takes a 6 to get Bill. And 1-1 ain't getting her done. Here comes Rick Mass. 4-2, no. Here comes Ricky Rudd. And a 3-4. And we make it to the halfway point. Cross flags are out halfway through this race, 250 miles. And we got a middle group of problem. Who has the problem? Well, there's no more triangle drivers, so somebody in the middle group's going to have the problem. A 33. That's 3 odd. That's Derek Cope with the problem. A 14. That's a cut tire. He'll go to the 30th place. We'll see who moves up here to the middle group. First shot at it is Mr. Bodine. We haven't talked about him today. He moves up to 19th. All righty, on to turn 26. And we got a top group of TV drivers in the top group. It'll take a 5 or a 6 to beat Bill. Here comes Davey. A 1-6. Davey gets that Ford back in front. Here on turn 26. Alrighty, Ernie Irvin with a shot at him. It'll take a 6 to get Davey. 1-5 close, but no cigar. And here comes Ricky Rudd. And a 2-2 ain't getting her done. And we come to the pit stops here on turn 27. It'll be a top group 4 and 3 switch spots. And we'll move Mark up since nobody else can get a chip back here. Okay, grab a handful of chips and see who can get some chips up here in the top group. First up is Davey. He needs a 10. And they get her done. Ricky needs an 8. And they don't get her done. Rick Hendrick and that Tide team didn't get her done. A 6 for Rick Mass. He doesn't get it done. A 6 for Mikey. He gets boxcars. He only needed 1-6, not 2. Cal Petty needs a 9. He doesn't get it done. These crews ain't doing a damn job here on turn 27. Ernie needs an 8. He gets her done. Good job by that McClure team. And Bill needs a 10. And he barely gets it with a 9. So only 3 crews do their job here. This pit stop. Let's see if anybody can beat Davey out of the pits. Three, 5. And no, Davey holds him off. Good job by that Haviline crew. We go to turn 28. We got a middle group of skill and a problem. First, we'll do the skill. First up is Rusty Wallace. He won the last race. See if he can go back to back here. A 3, 5, 6. He gets Mikey. Goes from 18th up to 6th. Jimmy Hensley trying to get back up to that top group with a 3, 6, 3. And Kyle Petty holds him off. Here comes DW with a shot at the lead here. Double skill. 1, 1, 6. He gets Ernie, but Ernie's got a chip. He uses it. Holds off DW. And 1, 1, 3. He doesn't hold him off this time, though. DW goes from 14th up to 2nd. Wally Dallenbach. What can he do here? A 3, 4, 6. And he gets Rick Mass, goes from 13th up to 5th, cracks the top 5. Dale Jarrett Not going nowhere with the 6. Harry Gant's just been biding his time back here in 10th. And he's going to stay there. Here comes Mark Martin with the chip. And 4, 2, 1. He's going after Bill. Didn't get her done. Will they burn their chips? Yes, they will. And we go to turn number 29. Oh, that's right. We had the problem. Who had the problem in the middle group? 53. 5 odd. Bobby Hillen Jr.'s got a problem. 61. He's got an engine problem. And he's a C. And we are in the middle. It'll take a 4 for him to stay in the race. Doesn't get it. Bobby Hillen will finish 30th in that 31 car. See who moves up here to the middle group. First up is Bobby Hamilton. Haven't talked about him today. A 4, he don't get her done. Sterling Marlin, our pole sitter, he doesn't get it done with the 6. Chad Little, not with the 6. Ted Musgrave, he gets her done, goes from 23rd up to 19th. Alrighty, now we're on to turn 9. 29 rather. That's going to be a top group and problem in the top group. He's going to have the problem up here. And it's the leader with double 1s. Davey Allison has a problem. Ain't that a shame? Davey's been snake bit all year. Unscheduled pit stop. Unspecific reason. Roll for repair. He's an A. It's going to take a 8 for Davey to stay in the race. And he barely gets it with the 7, so he'll drop down to 29th. See who moves up here to the lead. First up is DW. He doesn't get it done. How about Bill? He doesn't get it done. How about Rudd? Rudd gets it done. Goes from 4th up to the lead. Here comes Mark Martin trying to get in the top group. He doesn't get it done. How about Earnhardt? Earnhardt does. Goes to 9th. And let's see who's going to move up here to the middle group now. First up is going to be Bobby Hamilton. He needs a 3, and he gets it done this time. Alrighty, we go to turn number 30. And we got a bottom group of star. Who's a star back here? Davey's a star. He could get back up to the top group. He's a double star. Not with a 6, he's not. A 2, 4, 5. And he goes from 29th up to 15th. Might have gotten that problem fixed. Alan Kowicki trying to get out of this bottom group. Not with a 6, he's not. Here comes Morgan Shepherd. Haven't talked about him today. A 1, 1, 3. And he's going to get Harry Gant. All of a sudden, Harry drops back to 26th as Morgan makes it up there. Here comes Ken Schrader. Haven't talked about that Kodiak Bear today with a 5, 5, 2. And Brett Bodine holds him off. The King, haven't talked about him today. Let's get the King up to the middle group here. A 4, 6, 4. And he's going to get Musgrave, go from 23rd up to 18th. Good job by Richard. And the last car with star back here is Sterling Marlin, a pole sitter. A 2, 2, 1. And Dale Jarrett holds him off. 300 miles in the books, folks. Turn 31. And we got a dual 9. That's the 5 cars in the middle group. And they're going to give it a shot here. Here comes Brett Bodine going after Mark Martin. And he gets her done, puts Mark in a bad spot, gets a chip. And here comes Mikey going after Morgan. and he gets it done and puts Morgan in a bad spot. So it takes a 8 for Mark not to wreck, and he does wreck. He's not too happy with Brett Bodine. Sure. And Morgan needs a 7, and he's all right. So everybody moves up with the caution. Sterling gets out of that bottom group. All righty. Mark, we're in the middle part of the race here. He needs a 7 to stay in this race. And he gets it, but he's not happy being back here in 29th. We'll go to turn 33. And we got a middle group of TV in the middle group. First up is Sterling. He just got up there trying to get back up front. Not with a 6. The King, he just got up here too. A 3, 5, 4. There ain't no love here. He gets his son, goes from 17th up to 6th, knocking Kyle back. Davey Allison trying to rebound here. A 5, 4, 1's not happening. Here comes Ernie Irvin. And a 3, 1, 2. And DW holds him off. We go to turn 34. And we got a top group of rare problem and a problem. First, the rare problem. And it's an 11. We got a surge. So now let's see who surges to the lead here. And it's going to be Earnhardt's going to surge to the lead. First time he's led today. Here on turn 34. Alrighty, now the problem. Who has the problem up here? And it's going to be Rusty Wallace. Last week's winner has the problem. 32. He's loose. He's going to drop back to 29th. At least he stays in the race. Here comes Brett Bodine. He doesn't make it up there. How about Michael? Michael does. And let's see if Mr. Little can get into the middle group. And yes, he does. Chad Little up to 19th. You got Earnhardt in the lead. Rudd second. DW third. Elliott fourth. Dolan back fifth. Michael Waltrip sixth. The King seventh. Brett Bodine eighth. Jarrett ninth. And the other Bodine, Jeffrey, 10th. So we go to turn 35 now, folks. And we got a top group of TV and a problem. The King going after the lead here. Takes a 4 to get Earnhardt. 5-1 ain't getting it done. Here comes Wally. And a 4. He needed a 3. And here comes Ricky to try and get in the lead back. You know, there ain't no love lost between these two. A 5. No, he holds them off. Now let's see who has the problem up here. And it's going to be DW, who actually won this race. What kind of problems DW have? A 62. He's got a clutch problem. A B, still in the middle part of the race. Takes a 6. No, I'm sorry. We're not in the middle. We're in the last part of the race. It'll take a 3 for DW to stay in this race. And that's not happening. DW, who won this race in real life, going to finish 29th with that clutch problem. All righty, folks. Let's see who moves up here to the top and middle group. A 1, Brett Bodine moves up. Alrighty, here comes Dick Trickle trying to move up. And not with a 4. How about Musgrave? Ted does. He goes from 21st up to 19th. We only got 28 cars still running here, folks, at Darlington as we go to turn 36. And we got a bottom group of skill in the bottom group. First up is Rusty. Not going nowhere with a 6. Here comes Mark Martin. A 1-5-2. And Sterling holds him off. Here comes Hensley. A 4-5-1. Ain't going nowhere probably. Nope. Hamilton holds him off. Alrighty. Here comes Alan Kowicki trying to get out of the rear with the gear with a 1-5-4. And he's going to get Sterling go from 24th up to 17th. Harry Gant, the handsome one in the Skull Bandit, a 5-1-5. And he's going to get Jeffrey Bodine, get back up in the top 10. Matter of fact, that's who took him out, was old Jeffrey. And the last one was Skills, Ken Schrader. Not going nowhere with a 6. We go to turn 37, pit stop time. We got a pit violation. And it's in the middle group, Dale Jarrett and Harry Gant with a pit violation. Everybody will move up. So Skull Bandit team leaves Harry shaking his head in the car. They'll go back to 27th and 28th. Him and Dale Jarrett. We'll grab some chips here, see if anybody in the middle group can get some chips. First up is Rick Mast. He needs a 6. And he gets her done. Nice job by that Jackson crew. Here comes Ernie Irvin. He gets her done. Terry needs an 8. Gets her done. Davey needs a 10. Gets it done. Morgan needs a 7. Gets it done. Cal Petty needs a 9. Gets her done. Bobby Hamilton needs a 6. Gets it done with Snake Eyes. Kowicki needs a 10. Gets it done with double 4s. Chad needs a 5. He's the first one not to get her done. Musgrave needs a 4. Doesn't get it done. Trickle needs a 7. Doesn't get it done. And last but not least is Mr. Jimmy Sauter. He needs a 4. And doesn't get it done. We'll move these guys up here with chips. We'll see if anybody can beat Earnhardt out of the pits here. A 4-3. Bill gets her done. Good job by Junior Johnson and that crew. Puts Bill up front here on turn 37. All righty, folks. We go to turn 38. We got a top group and we got TV and a problem. First is TV. Takes a 5 to get Bill. 3-6, and Richard Petty gets the lead here at Darlington on turn 38. How about that? Nice to see that STP car up front. And it takes a 4 to get Richard. A 3-6. And Wally Dallenbach gets the lead here. Puts that Keystone beer car out in front. And here comes Rudd. Again, it takes a 4 to get Wally. 6-1, Wally holds him off. Now let's see who has the problem up here. And it's going to be Ricky Rudd with the problem. What kind of problems for Ricky have? Cut tire causes a wreck. We're rolling the trouble. We're late in the race. It's a B. It'll take a 5 for Ricky to get this car fixed. He doesn't. Poor Ricky Rudd is going to finish 28th. Everybody will move up since the caution came out. Leaves us with 27 cars still running here. And we go to turn 40, 400 miles, folks. And we got a middle group of Smart and a problem. A lot of problems. Darlington, so he's winning this race. Yeah, the track is kicking their butts. Okay, first up is Smart. First, it's Ted Musgrave with a 5, not going nowhere. Here comes Alan Kowicki with a chip. A 3, 6, 5. And he gets Rick Mast. Rick's going to use his chip and make Alan burn his. It's getting late in the race here and no use to hold on to him. And here comes Cal Petty. He's double smart. Could get the lead here. A 1, 2, 2. So he doesn't get her done. And he's got another shot here with a 6, 6, 1. So he'll use his chip and get 6th, 7th from Alan Kowicki. Doesn't stay there long. Morgan Shepherd with a chip. A 2, 4, 2. And he gets the king without using his chip. How about that? The Woods brothers and the Petties going at it. Nice to see. Terry Labonte with the chip and Smart. A 4, 6, 1. And Cal Petty holds him off, but he'll use his chip to get him. And last but not least, double smarts, Ernie Irvin. Could get the lead here, folks. A 3, 4, 5. He gets him, and Morgan will make him burn his chip. But he's got a shot at the lead here. And it only takes a 4 to get the lead from Wally. 1, 2. Wally holds him off. And we have the problem back here in the middle group. Who has the problem? A 33. And that's 3 even. That is Alan Kowicki with another problem. He is snake bitten today, folks. A 12. Cooling problem, roll for repair. And it takes a 5 for Alan to stay in the race. And that ain't happening. Poor Alan. The points leader is going to finish 27th. Sure. See who moves up here to the middle group. First up is Jeffrey Bodine. He moves on up. Like I say, 26 cars still on the track. We've lost 12 cars here at Darlington. The Lady in Black's winning this race, folks. Turn 41. We got a middle group of heat and another problem. Like I say, the Lady in Black's winning this race. You might survive the race, but the track's winning it. Here comes Jeffrey Bodine, just got up there. triples. Jeffrey's got a problem. 43. Overheating unless he's an A or a B. And he's a C, so he's got some problem. And a C, takes snake eyes for him to stay in the race. 4, doesn't get her done. Jeffrey will finish 26th. Let's see who else has the heat. Ken Schrader's got the heat. 3, 4, 6. He gets Ernie Irvin, goes from 18th up to 5th. Dick Trickle, who had the lead once upon a time in this race. 1, 3, 5. He gets Earnhardt, goes from 16th up to 4th. Here comes Chad Little. Nothing runs like a deer. Well, not in this case. Here comes Rick Mass in that Copenhagen car. 351 ain't getting it done. The King with a chance to get back up there with a 5 ain't getting her done. Here comes the son, Cal Petty. 2, 3, 5. Dick Trickle doesn't stay there long. And here comes Morgan Shepherd in that Woods Brothers 2160 Ford with a 1, 3, 5, and Cal don't stay there long as Morgan goes up to 4th. Now, who has the problem in the middle group? 55. That's going to be 5 odd. And that's going to be Jimmy Sauter has the problem. What kind of problems Ford Jimmy have? 31 handling problem. And Jimmy's a D. And that'll end his race. The 89. Sauter's going to finish 25th. Alrighty, let's see what 2 cars is going to move up here to the middle group. Here's Sterling Marlin. He moves up. How about Mr. Cope? No. How about Mr. Hensley? Yes. Track's whittling them down, folks. Whittling them down. Turn 42. We got a top group of skill. Who's got the skill? Bill's got the skill. Takes a 4 to get Wally. 5, 5. Bill gets her done. Puts that Budweiser Ford back out in front. Here on turn 41. And Ken Schrader's got some skill. Takes a 6 to get Bill. 6-3, the wrong 6. Here comes Morgan Shepherd. 1, 4. And Bodine and Mikey don't have skill. So Bill holds on here. We go to turn 43. We got a middle group of Smart and a problem. First up is Smart. And Ernie Irvin's double Smart could get the lead here. 2, 6, 1's not happening. Second chance. 3, 1, 3. And he makes Mikey burn his chip. Earnhardt Smart. 3, 6, 3. And Terry holds him off. Here comes Ted Musgrave. 3, 6, 1 ain't happening. Rick Mast. 4, 5, 3. He gets Wally. He was just leading. Goes from 13th up to 6th. And last one Smart is Kyle Petty. He's double Smart. He could get the lead here. And 5, 5, 6. He gets Rick Mast. Now he's going after Bill. It'll take a 6 to get Bill. And 6, 6 doesn't happen. Now let's see who has the problem back here in the middle group. 62. That's going to be the 6 even. That's Sterling Marlin, the pole sitter. He's got a cooling problem. And Sterling is a B. It'll take a 3 for Sterling to stay in the race. No, not with box cars. The 22 car will finish 24th. Junior Johnson's not happy with that. Now Bill's worrying if he's going to have that same problem. As Derek Cope moves up, we make it to turn 44. We got a duel. It's the 4 cars in the middle group. And Ted Musgrave says he's going to give it a shot. Chad Little with that 3 and a 5 says he's staying put. Here comes Ted. He's going after Rick Mast. And he gets her done. Gets a chip. Now poor Rick, he's got to try to avoid wrecking here. He needs a 7. And doesn't get it. That'll bring out a caution. And a C. Late in the race, he needs a 4 to stay in the race. And doesn't get it. Rick Mast is not too happy with Ted Musgrave with all the problems and accidents putting him in that situation. Everybody will move up here. You got Bill in the lead. Waltrip Michael type second. Bodine to Brett Bodine third. Shepard fourth. Schrader fifth. Petty Kyle type sixth. Labonte seventh. Musgrave 8th, Trickle 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Davey Allison. So we go to turn 46, folks, getting near the end here. And we got a middle group of Reflex in the middle group. First up's Mark Martin, just got back up here in the middle group. A 266 gets Terry Labonte, goes from 19th up to 7th. Here comes Derek Cope. A 6 ain't getting it done. Here comes Earnhardt. A 226. Bodine uses his chip to hold Earnhardt off. Here comes Wally, who had the lead here for a while, with a 163. And Mark barely holds him off. Here comes Bobby Hamilton with the chip. 461. He'll need to burn it, and Mark doesn't stay there in 7th long. Bobby gets that 7th spot burning his chip. Here comes the King trying to join that top group. 211 ain't happening. Here comes Davey with a chip and Reflex. A 541. He'll need to burn his chip. And he gets Mr. Schrader. Goes from 10th and cracks the top 5 to 5th. And the last one with Reflex is Mr. Trickle. And a 421 ain't happening. Here comes the money stop, final pit stop of the race, folks. And we got a top group 1 and 5 switch. And we'll move Musgrave back up here since he's got a chip and nobody in the middle group can get any. Alrighty, we'll grab a handful of chips and see what these pit crews can do here. The last pit stop of the race. After this pit stop, only 3 turns are left. Here comes that Budweiser crew over the wall, and they get her done. How about that Felix Savalas crew? They get her done. Brett Bodine needs a 7, gets her done. Morgan needs a 7, doesn't get it done. Davey needs a 10, barely gets it done. Mikey needs a 6, gets her done. Hamilton needs a 6 and doesn't get it done. Alrighty, see if anybody can beat Bill out of the pits here. A 5-3. Morgan beats him out, and Bill's going to use his chip to hold him off. 3 turns to go, folks, here at Darlington. Can Bill hold him off? A lot of chips back there. Got a middle group of TV. First is the thick trickle. 1, 2, 5. And he makes Brett Bodine use his chip. Here comes Wally. And triple sixes for Wally. After leading this race, he's got a problem. 62. That's a clutch problem. Wally's a C. Take snake eyes for him to stay in the race. And no, the 16 car will finish 22nd. That's a darn shame. Wally was having a good race here. Here comes the king with a 2-4-1 ain't happening. And here comes Ernie Irvin late in the race. He'll do anything to get up there. A 4-1-3. And Kyle Petty's got to burn his chip to get it. Okay, we'll see who moves up here to the middle group. First up is Rusty. He's been like a yo-yo in that back group. He moves up. Only 21 cars still running. 2 turns to go, folks. 2 turns to go. And we get a double trouble back here. Double problem, rather. Smart and 2 problems. First is Smart. Here's Rusty Wallace. See if he can get out of this middle group. Not with a 6. Terry Labonte with a 3-6-4. And he goes from 18th up to 7th. Here comes Derek Cope with a 2-5-5. And he gets Sterling Marlin, goes from 17th up to 6th. Here comes Earnhardt with a 2-2-1, ain't getting her done. Here comes Mark Martin with a 2-4-6. He makes Michael burn his chip. And Ernie Irvin's double smart could get the lead here, folks. A 3-4-2. Michael holds him off. Now another shot to get in the top group. And that was a leaner. We'll re-roll him. A 3-5-3. And Derek holds him off. Here comes Ted Musgrave with a chip. 2-2-4. And he gets Brett Bodine without burning this chip. And we had double problems. That's right. First problem is 45. That's going to be the 4 odd driver. Earnhardt has a problem. What kind of problems he have? Multiple problems. Unable to continue. Earnhardt finishes 21st. The lady in black is kicking their ass. Alrighty, who has the second problem in this middle group? 16. That's going to be 1 even. That's going to be Brett Bodine. 26. Electrical problem. He's a B. He needs a 3 or lower to stay in the race. Doesn't get it. Brett Bodine's going to finish 20th. So at the last turn, there will be nobody in the bottom group. So both of these guys will just move up here. We will roll to see if Jared can make it up there before Harry. And a 5, he doesn't. So Harry will go to 18th and Jared to 19th. And we go to the final turn. White flag is out, folks. White flag here at Darlington. Can Bill Elliott hold off for the victory? And here we go. And it's going to be Skill in the top group. And Davey Allison with 2 chances here. They get the job done with a chip. First chance. 4, 5, 6. And he doesn't get it on the first chance. Kyle Petty still has skill, so he's going to try to keep that chip. Go after Bill again here. And a 1-6, it pays off. Davey gets the lead, keeps his chip here on turn 50. Heartbreaker for Bill. Davey gets the lead here. And Musgrave with the chip can't use it. He don't have skill. And again, Davey is going to win this race. He's got the chip. It takes a 6 to beat him. And 5-2. And that is your race, folks. That is your race. Robert Yates, Haviland Ford, driven by Davey Allison, wins the race on the final turn here at Darlington. He didn't win the race. He survived the race. That's for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 19 cars out of the race, folks. 19 cars. The lady in black has won this race. Davey gets the trophy, but the lady in black was the winner. The track too tough to tame. Davey finishes first. Kyle Petty brings that Pontiac home in second. A nice day for Ted Musgrave. He finishes third. And Bill Elliott thought he had this race won, folks. Finishes fourth. And Mikey Waltrip, nice race by Michael. Finishes in the top 5. Derek Cope finishes 6th. And that Chevy, top Chevy. And Terry Labonte finishes 7th in that Oldsmobile. That will be the top Oldsmobile in the race. Ernie Irvin finishes 8th. Finishing 9th is Jimmy Hensley. Nice race by Hensley, making it into the top 10. Ken Schrader with a quad day finishes 10th. And the King, almost in the top 10, finishes 11th. Nice final race at Darlington for the King. Mark Martin finishes 12th. Chad Little, nothing runs like a deer, he says, finishes 13th. Dick Trickle in that Snickers, who had the lead for a while, finishes 14th. Morgan Shepherd and the Woods brothers finishes 15th. Bobby Hamilton and that 68 car is going to finish 16th. Rusty Wallace was back and forth from the middle group to the bottom group all day long, finishes 17th. And Handsome Harry Gant, he really never got nothing going on here, finishes 18th. And the last car still running here, finishing 19th, is Jarrett. I want to thank Forever Maine and Kevin Thomas for stopping by here at Darlington. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders, let you know what's going on in your way out of South Carolina, Darlington, South Carolina. Hit that like button. Leave any comments. Tell me what you thought of this Mountain Dew Southern 500 in this 1992 season. Only 8 more races to go, folks. Season's almost over. Until next time, y'all take care and have a great afternoon.